timber in our 4-state region. 22 million acres in Texas alone. 10 million acres in the great state of Oklahoma. Much of it, especially in the Ouachita Uplift area in the Ozarks, is contiguous with very little parcelization. Now down in the southeast Texas area, it's very
It's not on the bare slopes, it's on the snow, on the glacier, hence the abominable snowman. That name comes from that. But I think it's generally agreed that if it exists, its habitat is probably these deep ravines and it's seen just crossing over from one to the other. Anyhow, Conan, during this
I want to confess, I'm not really like a Bigfoot expert. I worked mostly with great apes. I did my PhD on orangutans, and then for, I'd say, the last 20-some years, I worked with African apes in Africa. And, I'll just go over a little bit of the African apes, and maybe we can talk about some of the similarities that there is to Bigfoot sightings or Bigfoot evidence. Oh, so they can hear me better. Okay. All right, so if you know, there's the great apes are gorillas, chimpanzees, and orangutans. Can we go back one? Can we go back that one? No, one more. That's right. So, waiting for that to go away. If we take a look at gorillas, walk on their knuckles. Just go back one. Yeah, can you just leave it there for a while, and you'll be able to see that. Even when they're very young, this is a really young animal. For characters, I can say, well, maybe it came off this part of the tree, or maybe it came off this part of the tree, or maybe it came off this part of the tree. But if Bigfoot exists and it's a real animal, the characters I see can tell me how closely related it is to humans, to orangutans, to chimps, or to gorillas. Okay, and that's sort of important because we like to believe that if Bigfoot is true, he wasn't beamed from another planet here. He has a history, not just during his own lifetime, but a phylogenetic Northwest North America, coming over here to Texas, all areas where Bigfoot has been sighted. Bigfoot hasn't been sighted in South America, hasn't been sighted in Australia. Okay? Other things aren't Bigfoot, like orang pendek, which is a small bipedal guy, has been sighted in Sumatra. If you're looking at the speed from the Patterson-Gimlin film, you can see its knee, like humans, points forward, right, in the direction of his movement. Again, that's very human-like and really not gorilla-like. But its head is able to rotate. And this is such a human thing. You always see it like in a guy that's like, finishing the 10,000 meters in the Olympics. He's always like turning to look back, make sure no one's catching on him. And in a way, while he's doing this, Bigfoot, like a human, he's not breaking stride. He's still walking along while he's able to turn his head. A gorilla couldn't do this, a chimp couldn't do this, an orangutan can't do this. He would have to turn his whole body around, sort of stop movement while he checks and then continue. And if you've seen the film, you realize Bigfoot just keeps going. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, now another thing that's different is when we walk, we generally don't bring our arm that far back. So next time, take a look at the people you're seeing walking on the streets, and you realize your arm doesn't come this far back. And look at what his hand's doing. His hand is sort of like in a flex posture. Maybe the guy's like that, and a freeze from a pyramid, but chances are that's the way the animal really loses its limbs. Okay, we can just say everything's fake and this is a man in a monkey suit, or we can say, well, we don't know if it's fake or it's real, and I'm going to assume that for the sake of argument that it's real, what can I learn from it? This is supposedly what? A breath. It's not my favorite because it's covered with hair. Okay, I don't like when covered with hair. So I would say that this is a female. If I look at here, this looks like a nose, right? Isn't that correct? And this looks like an eye right there, and that's another eye there. And one thing I can see is that there is no skin on the face, no hair on the face, at least the cheeks and the nose. Well, it seems like everything below is covered with hair. right? Here I can see the leg posture. It's hard to tell. This is your scene.
Here we are on December 8th, 06. We look pretty.
Into the pool, you become a historical figure in many ways. So if the media comes around and they start talking, well, let's just go on. Next, please. Or can I do it? This, no, this thing?